Well, hey there, Aries. This is Mr. Blue 2 Tarot. And please be sure to hit that like, notification bell, subscribe. This is your December 2020 tarot reading. It's a general reading. I've been thinking about Aries and Aries energy, and these are just crazy times. You did have Mars go through your sign there for a while, and we had a Mercury retrograde, which might have made things a little sticky and weird, huh? But the holidays are here. I know you guys are all about your tribe and the people that you love. You're effervescent, you're full of fire. So let's find out what's December energy going on here. Let's see. Ah, the Hierophant. Spirituality, church, mentors, people who can shed light on things, rabbis, priests, also spiritual advisors, you know. It can be judges, can be government things, it can be marriage. It just, you know, those people who are kind of the hierarchy of large institutions and organizations. Prudence. Okay, so this can have to do with the prudence that's the Eight of Pentacles. So that next to the Hierophant, it kind of speaks of, you know, having to kind of tend to things, tend to material things, tend to things that have to do with bills, organizations, maybe utilities, maybe tithing, maybe, I don't know, different legal things or school systems. You know, it can be a lot of things actually. So there's definitely something interesting going on for you guys. But we do have, the Four of Cups. They call this luxury. This is the Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot deck, which is a really cool deck. But normally this is the card of engagement. It's the card of a proposal. So it's interesting because we've got the Hierophant here. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, but we also have this is the card of proposal. It's the card of an offer that's coming to you. So because it's coming with this, it could be a marriage proposal. It could be a business proposal having to do with joining an organization, participating in an organization, being part of something greater than yourself, which can be a marriage. It can be, you know, getting involved with church, getting involved with a charity too. Maybe you're going to be feeding the homeless. Maybe you're going to be, you know, giving gifts to you know, deserving children who maybe could use a little extra love. Something like that. Oh yeah, and interesting. And then we have the card of valor, the Seven of Wands here. So definitely kind of, I think this holiday season, there's a higher calling for you. I want you to embrace something if it comes your way, if someone asks you to participate in something, whatever it is, you know, definitely consider it, because that's what the Four of Cups is. It's like, it's something legitimate, you know. That with the Hierophant, you know, there's definitely opportunities and offers coming to you. Act fast. Eight of Wands. Wow, lots of fire energy here. Wands, wands. We've got a couple wands right in a row. The 7 and the 8. So the Eight of Wands, they call it swiftness here. A lot of times this talks about something that you've already started, something that's already been set in motion a while ago, but maybe it seemed like it wasn't going to happen. Well, boom. This is saying something is going to happen very rapidly. Either that proposal, that involvement, that whatever it is, it's going to kind of all of a sudden just go into high gear, and it's going to be here before you know it. So be prepared for it, you know, expect it in a way. And then more wands, 5 of Wands, some kind of a change. Okay, they call this strife. I don't call it strife, I call it change. I call it a period where there's something, there's a letting go of something in order to grab onto something new. Think of it as kind of like being on a trapeze in life. You know, you're on one, you're swinging on one, and then all of a sudden you let go, and then you fly towards the next one. So there is that period of flight, of change, of, for some people it can be scary, right? There's that, oh my God, I'm letting go, I'm flying off towards something new, I hope I catch that, the new bar, the new situation, the new opportunity that's coming. But it's going to happen really fast. And so there is that mercurial change there that can be scary, it can be unsettling, but you can't cling to the past. You have to let go, move towards the future. That's where the goodness is. That's where the reward is. The moon. Okay, the moon means two things. So there's some moon energy going for December too. That is it's a twofold meaning with the moon. For some, it says, listen to your intuition, pull within, get out of your mind and a little bit more into your heart. It can also mean that there's something happening that you don't know about. It's something happening behind the scenes or with someone else. Sometimes it's negative. Sometimes you feel like, someone's kind of undermining you, or they're talking behind your back, or they're doing something, maybe they're just doing something selfishly, but that selfishness within them affects you. Now, the good thing about this is that, as with the moon, everything comes to light. So it'll come out in the wash, whatever it is. If there's something you suspect, someone's talking behind your back or doing something behind your back or undermining you, maybe you have some weird neighbor who's going to try to tattletale on you for having too many people for Thanksgiving, or whatever, they don't like what you're doing, or they're trying to steal the person you're involved with, or something of that nature. But the thing is, don't be aggressive. Be more like a fly on the wall. Just keep your eyes and your ears open, and what's going to happen is it will expose itself, because the moon is the night, and after the moon comes the sun, which means things will come to light. Things will be revealed. Okay? Yeah. So, Three of Swords, the heart and the mind thinking separately. So somehow with this Mercury, with this change, with this fast action, there's, what did I say? Listen to your heart. Sometimes our heart tells us one thing, our mind tells us something else. That's what that card means. It kind of means, they call it sorrow. Others, they'll show three swords piercing a heart. And it refers to your mind and your heart being on a different page. They can't always be in agreement, right? Because we're emotional creatures, but we're also intellectual, and we're also full of energy. So just kind of know that, sometimes you can't please your heart and your mind. You have to please your heart or your mind. It's the holidays, I would say go with your heart. And then there is some good fortune coming, the Ace of Discs. So there's a gift or a new job opportunity or a loan or, some kind of extra money coming, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay? This definitely talks about money, good money, opportunities, gifts, something financially that's going to feel good. It's going to probably be a relief, because you had this 8 here, which was kind of like, okay, you're working on something, you're putting energy into something, or you want to put energy into something and you can't because of COVID, because of things going on, and so it hasn't been able to manifest. Well, now the manifestation is going to begin. So it looks like things are going to finally take off. They're gonna turn around. Things will get better. The money is coming. That project, that business, that job, whatever it is, it's going to happen. Yeah, and then boom, you see the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Discs and the Wheel of Fortune. That's awesome. You see, the 10 really is a 1 when you add the 1 and the 0. So in other words, this whole letting go thing, this moon thing, all this stuff, this 8, that 8 of Wands, that swift action, things that were set in motion on a spiritual or on the collective level they're finally going to hit. They're finally going to start. Okay, so there's in a way a new beginning for you in something having to do with money, work, investments, things of that nature. But it's really good fortune. You see, with this with this Wheel of Fortune, you'll see all the different, you see the different elements here. Can you see that? And then at the top is the Sphinx. When you see the Sphinx at the top of certain cards, and they have it in my other deck too, that Sphinx, he's the protection. He's from the divine, and he's saying that you will have a good outcome. It's protected, it's destiny, it's positive, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen in your favor. Okay, so this is a really interesting month, it sounds like, for you guys. Definitely a lot going on, something interesting happening. But it's going to wind up, where you want it to be. It's going to wind up good. So whatever challenges, whatever kind of changes and situations that are in front of you that you're going to go through, okay, don't stress out about it. I don't want you stressing out about it. And this is a general reading, it's not a love reading. However, at the bottom of the deck is the Lovers. So, you know, this talks about a lot of you are gonna probably have an affair with someone, okay? Because that's what the Lovers is. The Lovers isn't necessarily marriage. You don't have any cards of marriage here. But the Lovers speaks about connecting with someone who's kind of your polar opposite. It's like your yin and your yang. You see, you have kind of the dark and the light. It's opposing. You've got the red lion here, and you've got the white eagle. And so it talks about the coming together of two very different energies, two very different forces. You've got Cupid shooting this arrow here, you see that, down onto the people, and those people are coming together and they're raising the chalices together and they're connecting. And so when you have that energy with someone that's very different from you, you're actually able to see through their eyes. You're able to see the world differently. Things you wouldn't notice, things that wouldn't be in your periphery, all of a sudden you see them. You see them in a different way. You know, it can happen politically. It can happen with food. It can happen with animals. I know people who never liked animals, and then they get together with a dog person, and before you know it, they have a jillion dogs. You know, or I know a lot of people, especially guys, oh, I don't like cats, I'm not a cat person. They get with someone who has a really cool cat, and before you know it, they love cats. You know, can be cars, it can be a hobby. It's just your universe gets wider, your vision gets broader. All of a sudden, things that you didn't like or that you did like, it changes. You see things differently, and you become a bigger person. You become a more well-rounded person. Okay, so you have a really, really interesting month here in December. Let's just kind of do a quick little recap. I will do a love reading too, so if you want to know specifically about love, then check that out. It'll be probably 2 days till I get that up, hopefully before the 1st. So prudence, something you've been working on financially, you feel like it hasn't paid off, but you've got to cross your T's and dot your I's. You have to do the paperwork, you have to answer the emails, you know, keep an eye out for things in the mail. Don't just throw something away or delete an email. Really look at it, read it, because that's what this talks about. It talks about having to learn something new or do some kind of paperwork, something in order to get to that 9, to make that into something that is profitable, that manifests, that is tangible, that becomes money in the bank, that becomes something that you want, that you desire. And that Hierophant, okay, it's clergy, it's, you know, and it might be that you're having to consult with an expert or consult with a preacher or a lawyer or someone in business or an advisor or a consultant, something of that nature, because the Hierophant has their finger on the pulse of large organizations, of the way things go, churches, corporations, law, the judiciary, things of that nature. Okay, so that's divine, that's coming to you divinely. Okay, and definitely there's some kind of an offer. Okay, that offer is either in love or business. I'm not sure that it's love, but it's definitely an offer. Take it seriously. It's a good offer. You really need to consider it. it's about 80% of what you want, or 75% of what you want. It may not be perfect, but it might be a great offer anyway. Nothing is perfect. So, you know, sometimes 3/4 full, see things as 3/4 full, not a quarter empty. That's part of the message with that Four of Cups. And valor here, okay? So stay true, stay on your right side of your, you know, we all have an angel and a devil. The little angel's over there on the right. So listen to your little angel. Valor, that it means being upstanding, being ethical, being moral. And whatever this is, it's going to kind of happen fast. And I feel like it already started. I feel like there are already irons in the fire for you. And so that wish, that project, that whatever that is, that's already in the works. But maybe you felt like it wasn't happening very fast. I think all of a sudden it's going to happen real fast. And there's a shift. That's Mercury, you know. So there's a little period where it's like, so it might be that you're moving. It might be that you're changing jobs. It might be that you're selling something. It might be that you're changing relationships. There's some kind of mercurial change. That wheel is spinning, right? And you did get the Wheel of Fortune, which is that wheel spins. The negative has to go in order for that good positive to take root, right? So we had the moon, something happening, you know, something coming to the light. It may have been some type of a challenge. It could have been an impediment. It could have been a lot of things. Just could be someone just kind of, you know, trying to sabotage, trying to throw a wrench in your wheel. It very often, usually I see it as that. I don't usually see it as needing to use your intuition as much as needing to kind of chill out and just be passive for a minute and be more aware, see what's really going on around you, because it will show itself. It's not a time to be aggressive, okay? But your heart and your mind, it might be that you have to let go of something or someone, okay? And your heart and your mind will be on a different page, and you know, there may be a moment where you just go, oh, this doesn't feel good, I don't like it, do I do this or do I do that? You know, I say use your heart, but you know, I feel like if you go with your heart, you usually never go wrong. Sometimes if you go with your mind and you close the door on your heart, you know, there's more regret emotionally, I think, than mentally. But here's that new opportunity, that money, that gift, that new job, that good financial gift situation coming for you, coming soon. Okay, this is towards the end of December. So it could be a Christmas gift. It could be a Christmas opportunity. You know, you could be offered a catering job. You could be offered, you know, some project. Maybe someone wants some help for something. Okay, it could be that someone is very generous for the holidays for you, okay? But then we've got the Lovers. So some of you are going to have an affair. You're going to meet someone, and this is that kind of fun chemistry that's electric, you know, because you are so different. It's like, you know, it's that kind of passion that's very exhilarating and thrilling, and just kind of, it's kind of like a drug, you know. It just really, it takes hold of you. Okay, and then boom, the Wheel of Fortune coming here. Okay, so amazing. The tide is turning. All those negative things are ending. They're going to happen very fast. I feel like between the first and the third week for sure. Hey, you guys, if any of this makes sense, though, please comment for me. Okay, tell me. Also, it definitely helps, and I can't work, so if you get a windfall, please, by all means, I love your donations. It helps me a lot. It will definitely be appreciated. I just love reading for you guys. I love tarot, astrology, numerology, Kabbalah, all those things, and I would love to do this full time, because it's just really cool to connect with you guys spiritually and in that way. So bless you all. Have a very, very happy holiday. We're going to leave it right there on this beautiful Wheel of Fortune. Let me know if this resonates. Love and light.